welcome to the Guitar Collection. Wow, do I feel lucky lately having in a few Hauser guitars. Gosh, little me would have been absolutely shaking touching this guitar. And I just have to say how absolutely incredible of an opportunity it is to review these guitars before I even start. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you get to enjoy a little bit of this Hermann Hauser III guitar from the year 1989. Now I have to say, if I were to hand this guitar to you and I were to say, hey, this was finished yesterday, what do you think about this guitar? You would take a quick look at it, you say, wow, yeah, it's very, there's no scratches anywhere. Yeah, it looks brand new. You would not guess that this guitar was made over 30 years ago. It is in perfect condition. And while it is a spruce top, it has darkened over time. You might even guess it's cedar at first glance. However, it's definitely a spruce top guitar. That is a very open sounding. As you could even tell from that intro, I'm sure. It's wide open, and it's this really nice mixture between some of the Hauser guitars that I've had the experience playing that have this really nice, deep, low, dark sound, and the ones that have hovered more in the bright range. I have to say this guitar has this really cavernous bass that's... You get this feeling of deep, dark basses that doesn't shroud over the sparkle of the trebles. Listen to this. Right, those trebles pop right out. And you hear it when you play amazing Hauser guitars, and this one is no exception. Of course, this one is from Hermann Hauser III, who is still making guitars, fantastic instruments, and this one has some great age to it in the terms of how long it's been around and how the wood is aged, and it has been played, but extremely gently. Like I was saying, there are no scratches on this guitar. I mean, normally, even sometimes when a luthier delivers a guitar to me, there are a couple of little marks from maybe players they had over to check out the guitar before I got to it. And when I say marks, I mean very small little things that I notice. You know, I'm very detail-oriented in this way. And there's nothing on this guitar. And it is over 30 years old, like I said. So before we get more into the sound and I show you some things that I love about this guitar in terms of sound and playability, first I'll remind you, please subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this video now, I believe we have 1,000 subscribers. We just hit this. Maybe in the future you're watching this video and it's many more, but thank you all for tuning in, leaving your comments. Check out guitarcollection.com. I'm always listing new instruments on there, always taking new ideas. I'm thinking of some new sections of the website, including a blog area. And on this channel, I'm doing live streams every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central. So if you're watching this far in the future, I'm not doing that anymore. Sorry, but I'm having a lot of fun with these. So let me run you through the specs before we get into the sound. I told you it is a spruce top. You'll look at it and you'll notice this beautiful Hauser rosette that he is known for. You'll notice these accents of green here along the binding of the guitar. This double layer, actually, that is really beautiful. It pops just enough. There's some guitars where there's a tacky amount of green, in my opinion. This one is just beautiful. You may not even notice it's green a few feet away, but boy, is it a pleasure to look at when you are the player and you're holding it in your lap. It's so nice. Then I have to turn the guitar around and show you what is on the back, which is this beautiful set of Brazilian rosewood that, the Hauser family has had these sets of Brazilian rosewood for a very, very long time, many generations now. So you have to be assured that it is the best. And you'll also see the green accents along here that goes down the center of the two-piece of Brazilian here, and also along the exterior of the guitar. And you'll see here on the heel cap, those same two lines that you'll also notice on the beautiful Segovia model headstock here that you see. And this is the Segovia model Hauser guitar here. When you turn the guitar to its side, you notice the original Landsdorfer tuners, which are still straight. There are no bent knobs here or shafts. They are very functional, and I have to talk a little bit about the playability of this guitar because I find it to be in the top few playable necks that I've ever played. I have to say, these Hauser necks, these Hauser 2 and Hauser 3, like this guitarist, they are just perfect for me. And I think for the majority of players, it's this way. It's C-shaped, it's very thin. I didn't measure it, but I'm going to guess it's about 21 millimeters at the first. And it's just perfect. The problem with some of the D-shaped necks, and especially if it's dramatically D-shaped, is that your thumb will get hung up when you're doing bigger stretches on those little sharp corners, and there are none of those on this neck. And the action is very low and very minimal buzzing. You have to really push it to buzz. You know, you heard me doing these chords. That is almost peaking my microphones. And there's no buzzing. Enough of those nerdy details. I think I've covered most of the specs that I wanted to on this guitar. Oh, it's also not 650 millimeters. It's slightly shorter. I measured it. It's about 648, which is typical of a lot of these Hauser guitars. They're a little bit shorter. The two others that I've had were that scale length as well. It is just a breeze to play in all positions. And, you know, talking a little bit more about what I like about the strings on this guitar, everything has this sparkle to it, this clarity, and also a very big palette of colors. It's the type of guitar that makes you a better player because it gets you exploring. And you've heard me say this about a couple of other guitars, but when a guitar is one-dimensional, sometimes it does something really, really well, and it's very even and balanced. There's an appeal to that. This guitar is not one-dimensional. It gets you exploring with the sparkle of the trebles, with all of the layers of tone color. You know, I can do something bright like I did in the intro. I kept it a little bit bright right at the start like this. But that's not near the capacity of brightness on this guitar. That still is usable, right? I'm not like playing right next to the bridge, but listen to this. That brightness has a quality that I want to keep listening to. It's not like I'm like, oh, I'm never going to use that. This is something I will use. And then on the total flip side of things, if I play up here over the neck, there's so many layers to the sound. How about here? Oh my gosh, this is one of those recordings that I'm making that I can't wait to listen back to see if I'm just making these faces and stuff looking dramatic, or if it actually sounds as good from the other side. Oh my gosh, though. You know, I'm playing bright there. That's not the sound that I'm calling neutral. I don't really play back here all that often unless the guitar demands it. Or allows it, I want to say. But Wow. At this point, I don't even know how long I've been going on, playing on all the different strings there, and I hope I got to them all. I think I did. But oh my gosh, I'm getting lost in playing this guitar, and I want to also say that this instrument is one in which it wakes up after a little bit of playing. And who knows, if you really play this thing and you put a bunch of scratches in this thing from playing it hard, who knows what this thing could end up sounding like. What I notice is when I get it right out of the case, and today, for instance, when I was thinking about recording the guitar, and I first played it, I was like, what's going on? Maybe this first string isn't good for the guitar. And after I played it for just a few minutes, maybe it's 5 minutes or so, I started feeling like, whoa, no, these strings are perfect for this guitar. And it just wakes up. You start hearing more overtones. The sustain improves, the power improves, the openness improves. And so if you're someone that enjoys that like I do, it's so much fun to get to know this guitar. By the way, the strings that are currently on this instrument are D'Addario EJ45 FF, and it's their X series pack. And those are the carbon GNB strings. And I've replaced the first string with a normal tension nylon EJ45. In case you're curious, I know I'll get comments about it. I usually try to put in the description, but I thought I would just mention in the video this time. Well, okay. Without further ado, I will play a couple of more selections of pieces on this guitar. Please subscribe to the channel. Check out guitarcollection.com. This guitar is available. It is on consignment. So if you're interested, please write to me at evan@guitarcollection.com or find the contact information in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get to hearing some more music on this guitar.